Greetings from the Republic of Barbados. My name is David Comissiong, and I am Barbados's ambassador to the Caribbean community. It's a great pleasure and honor to be invited to participate in this global celebration of Kwanzaa, centered in the city of Dakar in Senegal. I've been asked to speak about the Kwanzaa principle of Nia, or purpose. And truth be told, I think that this is perhaps the central principle of the seven principles. Think about it. I mean, it's fine to have the principles of unity, faith, creativity, collective work, collective responsibility, cooperative economic self-determination, but then you ask yourself, to what end? To what purpose? To what purpose creativity and faith and unity? To what mission? And that is what NIA focuses on. Purpose, our mission in life. And I have, for my entire adult life, really lived a purpose-driven or mission-driven life. I was fortunate, I believe, back in my very early 20s to discover the works of the right excellent Marcus Mosiah Garvey, and to develop for myself a sense of purpose, a sense of mission, that my life would be centered around helping my people to throw off the spell of colonialism and white supremacy, to come into their own Pan-African consciousness as a people, to develop a truly sovereign and independent and self-respecting Barbadian nation, and by extension, a Caribbean civilization. And that has been a real anchor for me in my entire 40-year adult career of activism. And you may ask, but well, how does one discover purpose? I would say that the gateway to purpose is the concept of duty. Open yourself up to duty. Duty. What do you feel you're required to do out of a sense of moral obligation, a sense of responsibility to yourself and to your people? And I have this beautiful quotation here from Cuba's national hero, Jose Marti. He says, and I quote, "A true man does not seek the path where advantage lies, but rather the path where duty lies. And that is the only practical man whose dream of today will be the law of tomorrow, because he knows that without a simple exception, the future lies on the side of duty." End of quote. So basically, open yourself up to this notion of duty. What is your overriding duty? And another great Caribbean man, Frantz Fanon, told us that every generation must, out of relative obscurity, discover its mission and either fulfill it or betray it. And so we let duty guide us to our mission. And once we know what that mission or purpose is, we embrace it and we seek to fulfill it, and not to betray it. And I am in the fortunate position today that so many of the things that my sense of duty, my sense of purpose led me to work for and to agitate for over some 40 years of activism, I have now lived to see my country basically on the same wavelength as me. All of that work coming to fruition In recent years, Barbados has really, really made me very proud. We have sought to throw off that heritage of colonialism and to take our full sovereignty and independence. We did that a couple of years ago symbolically when we removed the statue of Britain's Admiral Nelson that had stood in the middle of our capital city for over 200 years. This slavery supporting British admiral. We removed that statue and we are replacing it with a beautiful statue that celebrates the Black family coming back together and rising, transcending those centuries of racism and oppression. And we went even further. We threw off the British monarchy as our head of state. And we just last year, we made Barbados a republic. We have taken full control of our sovereignty. We have lifted up and given value and honor to our revolutionary heritage of working class activism. We have built a beautiful 2-acre Golden Square Freedom Park in the center of our capital city. We have embraced the notion of a self-reliant and independent Caribbean civilization. We are forging ahead with several projects aimed at securing our food security within Barbados and within the Caribbean region. We have reached out to the African continent. We have sought to reconnect with our African brothers and sisters, our continental African brothers and sisters, and to cement our sense of Pan-African identity. We have established embassies in Ghana and Kenya and a consulate in Rwanda. We have hosted in Barbados just in September the Africa-Caribbean Trade and Economic Forum. 1,200 delegates from 41 different African countries and 16 Caribbean countries. So the Republic of Barbados, we are on our way. Our government has come with new policies to give the masses of our people a more secure ownership stake in the economy of Barbados. And it is a beautiful thing to see for me, especially having worked and agitated and pursued that mission for some 4 decades. It's such a privilege and honor to see it all come to fruition. And I will end with a quotation from another great Caribbean man, Aimé Césaire, the Martinican poet, in the denouement of his famous poem, Notebook of a Return to My Native Land. He kind of summarizes how one feels when one's own individual sense of purpose and mission meshes with one's nation's sense of purpose and mission, and what a powerful phenomenon it is. And this is what he said as he came to the climax of that classic poem. And we are standing now, my country and I, here in the wind, my puny hand in its enormous fist. And now the strength is not in us, but above us, in a voice that drills the night, and the hearing like the penetration of an apocalyptic wasp. And the voice tells us that for centuries, Europe has force-fed us with lies and bloated us with pestilence. For it is not true that the work of man is done, that we have no business being on earth, that we are parasites of the world. No race has a monopoly on beauty, on intelligence, on strength, and there is room for all of us at the rendezvous of victory. And we know now that the sun turns around our earth, lighting the parcel designated by our will alone, and that every star falls from the sky to earth at our omnipotent command. What a beautiful expression of the power we generate when our own sense of purpose and mission meshes with that of our nation, and we go forward together in full consciousness of a glorious mission, the kind of mission that Marcus Garvey spoke about over 100 years ago, that mission that seeks the redemption of all African people. My brothers and sisters, I want to wish all of you a happy, powerful, and meaningful Kwanzaa celebration. Thank you.